Hello everyone, this is the Lunar Walker, and as you can see right now, we are not on our friendly neighborhood crazy pyromancer. This is my priest, and these bloodstains mean that I am currently online. The bloodstains are a tricky thing, because if you touch it, if I can get it to activate, I don't know why it's not activating, I will find one that will activate. But if you touch it, it will allow you to see the last few moments of someone who has died. And these are... I am currently in the graveyard area that you could see in the beginning that I said you would have a bad time at low level. As you can see, I am low level. I am doing this simply to be able to show you guys a character that I will not meet until later in the game with the pyromancer, because he moves after a certain event takes place. I meant to tell you about the spots, and I will tell you about the different abilities soon. But I am just showing you I am a low level. I have Astora's straight sword, which I just unequipped for some reason. And that is because Astora's straight sword does holy damage, which is what that little white circle is. That kills undead completely. When there are necromancers around and you try to kill them the regular way, they will keep coming back because the necromancer brings them back. With the black circle is a cult. I will have to look it up, but I believe it is the same thing. It will kill undead immediately. It is also meant to kill gods. As you can see, you need 10 strength, 10 dexterity, and 14 faith for this particular weapon. This is one of the reasons a lot of the people that play these games say get the master key, because it is good. And if you look at these little statues right here, I know I'm rambling, you will see that there is a face on it. You want to see what the face does? Yeah, that is how you get that item, because that face will constantly shoot out 3 spikes at you. And if you notice, it came from the 2 eye holes in the mouth. And I will not want to be the guy who gets stuck on it. As you can see, there are other players, again, because I am online. And you notice that these guys do bleed damage. Bleed damage is not your friend. When you are fighting more than one opponent, you want to try and stay in an area that you can see both, because you do not want one of them to come at you at a different spot. Now they are trying to parry me, so I do not want to attack them. There is a way to break through a parry. It is just I am no good at it. I don't know why that guy fell over. I didn't swing my weapon, as you saw. He just... Ah, shit. Oh, thank God, he didn't actually parry me. If your stamina runs out and they hit your shield, then there's a backstab for the straight sword. If your stamina runs out and they hit your shield, it will do a knockback animation. And you do not want to be hit with that when you're in that knockback animation. It does extra damage. It is the same with them, but again, you do not want. Always be careful of those statues. There are some that do not have the masks, but you have to be careful to look at them. This guy will not let me move. He does not want me to get behind him so that I can do a backstab, because he knows he is low on health. Now, if you go down these stairs, you will find a skeleton that will try to knock you off. Going further down, you will find that there is... Notice I did not get any souls from that. Probably because of... Yep, a necromancer right there. Ah, shit. Okay, so, as you can see, I died. I did not want that, because now I have to run all the way back there. Thankfully, necromancers don't resurrect. But I am all the way over here, at the beginning of the catacombs, which means it is not fun. I am so stuck right now. Now, when a skeleton comes back, sometimes you can get a backstab right off on them immediately. In the catacombs, you really don't want to allow skeletons to stay, because they have certain moves that are not fun to deal with. Bleed, as I said, is not a good stat to really have to worry about, because early game, bleed will fuck you up. But yeah, the reason that everyone says don't pull up your shield if you are really low on stamina, just quickly back away, is because if you see my green stamina bar, let's get a nice decent amount, and it slows to a crawl when your shield is up, and it goes quickly when it's down. The reason I didn't pull out my mace is because I'm not sure how far back the... how far up the... there is usually a dude right there shooting fireballs. Across that bridge there's a dude shooting fireballs. It is just fireball central here. These guys have a spin move that causes them to, well, there's that somersault move too. I often joke that they got that from their cousins in Demon Souls. But there is also a, kind of a tornado spin move that they do. That will shoot them towards you. And you don't want to be hit by that either, because it, again, will screw you up. I'm not going to go all the way through the catacombs. I'm just going to go to friendly little Patches. Patches does not like priests. I am currently playing a priest. I will not tell him I am a priest because... no, he didn't do the tornado spin. I was hoping he would. The ones with the swords and shields and the ones with the big swords, I am not sure which would be easier. Some people prefer the when they don't. There's the tornado spin move I was telling you about. I am not sure if it is easier on the ones with the swords because they can't really block that easily. But and the reason I tend to swing twice, even when I kill them on the first swing, is you never know. Sometimes they have that magic pixel that just says screw you to what should be. There we go. You see that ghost right there? I touched his bloodstain. He's trying, and he died right like that. So, as you can see, touch a bloodstain, you get a nice, slightly semi-solid ghost that tells you this guy died here. Thankfully, the skeletons come back, but the necromancers don't. So, I don't know how that did not hit me in the helmet. For all intents and purposes, it should have, but... And backstab kills the skeleton. Skeletons, I find sometimes I will miss for a reason that I do not know. Yeah, I do not want to die, because, again, if I die, I lose my blood stain. So, drink my orange juice and keep going. I should have probably just used my heal talisman, but that guy came out of nowhere, which they sometimes do. Tornado spin, tornado spin, and like I said, he falls apart and you can go ham on him for a short period of time. And a backstab should kill him, and it did. I am just as you can see, it is dark as hell. Reason some people say this is a late game area. I believe that the boss at the end of this was meant to be in an early game area. A lot of people tend to agree because he is actually a really easy boss, especially for how hard this area is. As usual, just sit back, wait for your chance to hit him, and you will get it. I am not necessarily good at timing it, but occasionally you can get them to, you can get them to attack. You can get behind them when they're standing back up and do a second backstab. But I really am not that great at it. And there are a lot of skeleton bros in here. So, yeah, this might take a little while to get to. If the recording shuts down, I will restart the recording and probably scrap this episode until I can start it again. But as you see, the ones with the big... I did not know. If they are falling apart, apparently, you can backstab them and reform them. But it is fairly difficult sometimes to get them to do what you want them to do. And there's the guy with the bow that was shooting at me. Oh, someone kindled the bonfire that I was sitting at. Ah. As you can see, the guy got behind me, and I couldn't get back at him in time. Now we're on even grounds. And I will just heal up that. I did not mean to use my Estus, I meant to hit my spell. Just remember, folks, there's some times where you really do want to use your spells. A lot of people think that Dex is not needed if you are doing a spellcaster build. What they do not tend to realize is that Dex will actually help sometimes, because your spells are based around those heads explode if you aggro them. You really don't want to aggro them sometimes. But your Dex will cause your spells to work faster. So, yeah, sometimes it helps to have your Dex up. Yeah, as you can see, I reeled backwards when I got hit by that attack. But, yeah, sometimes you just want them to, you know, just need to wait your turn, be patient, back up if you need to. Do not keep your eye on your stamina bar, just relax. If you're frustrated, just put the controller down for a bit. You don't need to fight. There is a small secret passage right here. In fact, this message board says so. I will give him a thumbs up because that is actually good news to some people. I think there are 2 crystal lizards down that path. And as I said before, you want your crystal lizards. And I like to lure this guy up here because, as you remember, there were 2 down below. And this is the spot where I believe that other necromancer that killed me is. So I want to try and focus down the skeletons. There we go. That's what I mean by you can get multiple backstabs off if you're just in the right places. I want to focus down at least these 3 skeletons. And then I will try pulling out my mace and see if that helps against the necromancer. I believe my mace still currently does more damage. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not talking at the moment. I'm just trying to concentrate. Quit parrying mode. There we go. There we go. And you should take just 1 or 2 more hits back. There we go. Now, I'm not going to aggro that 1 skeleton because there is... Just heal up with my miracle. Pull out my mace. Oh. Skelebro in here. 2 Skelebros in here. Oh boy. Yay! I did not remember that spot, so... 3 Skelebros! Let's see if I can lure them to a more advantageous... Shit! Sometimes it's better just to run to a spot that you know you are relatively safe in when you aggro a whole bunch of dudes. As you can hear, they are attacking that spot that I was. I ran out of stamina there. Okay, now heal up a bit. And deal with that other Skelebro. I don't know if they fell off, if the pathing just didn't go up right, but I believe... Okay. It's a soul. As I said, souls are good, but you do not want to use them unless you're next to a bonfire. Sometimes there are hidden passages. If you do use a walkthrough, do not be ashamed of it. This is a very... Yeah, as you can see, he still sees me. Miracle myself again. Light my... Okay, that worked. Yay. Got my bloodstain back. And you can go to there. I am going to do this, which activates this little switch here. And as I was saying, you can follow these stairs and you can kind of see messages where you are supposed to land at, and that will take you to a blacksmith that is down here. He is a good blacksmith. I have not gone to him with any of my characters, and I am not going to go to him right now. I am going to go up here to where I lowered that door that I banged against. Now, I should be in a decent spot, switch back to my sword, to get to another bonfire. Because, as you can see, there is one that will shoot out spikes right next to a wall. That wall should not be there. Because there is a bonfire here. So I am going to sit at the bonfire and level up. Let's see. Let's bring up strength a little bit. Nah, Dex. As I said, Dex is really good. It will speed up your spellcasting time. In fact, let's take that one out of Vitality and just pump 2 into Dex. Except... And then, do what I should have done, and use these souls for some more stuff. I did not mean to go 2, I meant to hit 3, but yeah, you can see a guy standing right there. He was wearing the armor of Ornstein, who is a very cool character, and I will talk more about him when we get closer to where he is. Lots and lots of things to talk about later. Now, level up again. And one more into Dex. There we go. Now, as I said, Friendly Patches does not like clerics. So we will not tell him that we are actually a cleric. We will let him think that we are somebody else. Okay, there is a ladder that is right here. That was what I was looking for. Climb up this, and here is Patches. Hello, Patches.
Good day. You look reasonably sane. What are you doing in the catacombs? Are you a cleric or something?
No, I am not a cleric.
Well, that's strange. Oh, I know what it is. You've come for the trinkets, haven't you? Well, whatever it is. This place is treacherous. Do watch your step. No? Well, that's strange. Oh, I know what it is. Well, this place is...
Okay, so... Now, he was standing in front of a switch, as you saw. That switch is for this bridge. Be wary of fall. There is a reason it says that. Rate it up, because as you are crossing it, you see that it started to move. That is because Patches pulled that switch. He is an asshole. Be very careful of Patches. As I kept calling him Friendly Patches, it is because he is the kind of character who will act like he is meant to be a friend, and a lot of people don't run across that thing quickly enough. They will fall into the pit. If I remember right, that pit will lead to wheel skeletons. Wheel skeletons are not fun. In fact, they are a pain in the ass. So, we will go back up and talk to Patches and see what he says now.
Oh, well, how are you then? I slipped and flipped that levers. It didn't cause you any trouble, by chance?
No, it did not.
Really? Yes, I see. Rightio, then everything's good, isn't it? I'm Trusty Patches, the one and only. You and I, just a couple of undead outcasts. Right, mate? Oh, then every time you were...
Now, Patches is kind of a weird character. He will be a really, really good person to have as a when we meet him in the other game, he becomes one of the what is the word I am looking for? Shopkeepers. He sells items that he has stripped off of the dead. This guy decided to fall because, well, he was above me, where I was, and decided that he did not like being above me. So he wanted to be where I'm at. But Trusty Patches, as he called himself, is not really that bad of a character. He's just, like I said, he's an asshole. He is the kind of guy who will love just to mess with the main character. I honestly don't know if he moves to the area afterwards or if I have to reload. But let's find out. If I can somehow get back to where I want to be, without having a shit ton of skeletons chasing me. Let's see if I can do this. Can I make it? I have an arrow sticking out of my head, but I might be able to make it. Will he do it? Will this little priest that is claiming he is not one be able to make it all the way out? Watch and find out, because Everybody in this area hates him. He should have put more into endurance. Yeah, that was those skull dudes that I showed you floating around blowing up. As you can see, I am back at Firelink Shrine. This is the graveyard I told you you would have a bad time in if you went through, if you are low level. That is because these skeletons, as I pointed out, suck. They take bonus damage from Holy, which is why I have the sword, but they hate you, and they will give you a bad time if you are in a rush and don't know what you're doing. I am just trying to get back to Firelink. There we go. I am at Firelink Shrine now. Let's see if Patches showed up. I really can't remember where he appears at. I think he comes in at this little area right here. If not, I will put in a recording of where he is, or I will simply tell you with the pyromancer that we are following. But this was the tale of a mad priest. This guy is...
Oh, hello. Miracles, I presume?
This guy will sell you miracles, but he is very, very expensive. He will only sell you miracles if you are of the way of white. You can buy a talisman from him if you are not a priest. You can buy a Thurlin talisman, which is not as good as the regular talisman, and it makes you wonder why. As you hear, there is a bell chiming right now, and that means that someone that is also online has rung one of the 2 bells of awakening. These miracles you can buy from someone else for far, far lower price. Homeward is kind of the same as a Homeward Bone, just a miracle, and you can use it. It looks like once. But since it takes you back to the bonfire, that means that as soon as you use it, it refreshes, so that's good. Seek Guidance you can use up to 5 times, and it is one of those that is really, really good, because if you are struggling and you use Seek Guidance, more of those messages on the floor will appear. So it is a good spell. All of these are good beginner spells. Force will knock them away. Great Heal Exert heals a higher amount of HP. But, as I said, though they are great, they are expensive as hell, as you can see.
Come again. The
He
effectiveness
is
of the teachings
waiting
depend
on
upon your faith.
3 other characters who will appear here after you defeat the first area where the Bell of Awakening is. After a little while, the 4 of them will leave, and he will come back alone. I will talk more about that later when we see him again. But just a quick run around to see if we can find Trusty Patches. He is not a great character. He is a great character, but not a great character. You will love to hate him and hate loving him. So let's check quickly down here. As I said, if I do not see him, I will show you where he is at with our little pyromancer. He is again, good character that you will hate to love and love to hate. So, in the events that we do find him, I will let you all know. So, we must pray to the gods, hope they are listening, and goodbye, everybody.